The coffin lid creaked as the cleaner's trembling hands pushed it open, and in that single breathless moment, everything changed. The funeral hall was silent, heavy with grief, when he whispered words that would freeze every soul in the room. "Sir, take her out. She's not dead." That sentence would echo through the life of a powerful millionaire who thought he had already buried his mother, his past, and his pain. No one knew then that this moment would unravel years of distance, regret, and unspoken love. The old woman lying inside the coffin looked peaceful, almost too peaceful. Her skin was cool but not cold, her lips faintly parted as if she were holding back a final word. The cleaner, a quiet immigrant who had worked night shifts for years, had noticed a slight movement, a tiny rise of her chest that no one else saw. His heart pounded as he stepped back, fear and hope fighting inside him. He had lost his own mother in a small village far away, and the memory of that loss made his instincts sharp. He knew what death looked like. This wasn't it. When the millionaire rushed forward, anger and disbelief twisted his face. He had signed the papers. The doctors had confirmed it. The funeral was already paid for. His world was built on certainty, not mistakes. But as he leaned closer, he saw it too, a faint tremble, a soft breath that barely touched the air. His knees buckled. In that instant, he wasn't a billionaire or a CEO. He was just a son who almost lost his mother forever. Chaos followed. Paramedics were called, the coffin was forgotten, and the funeral turned into a race against time. As the ambulance doors closed, the son held his mother's fragile hand and felt a warmth he thought he'd never feel again. Memories crashed over him, missed calls, canceled visits, holidays spent in boardrooms instead of her kitchen. He realized how close he had come to burying not just her body, but his last chance to make things right. At the hospital, doctors worked through the night. It turned out she had slipped into a rare condition that mimicked death, a cruel trick of the body that fooled even experienced professionals. When she finally opened her eyes, confused and weak, the first thing she saw was her son's face wet with tears. She smiled, a small, tired smile, and whispered his name like she had done when he was a child afraid of the dark. That single moment healed something that years of success never could. Days later, the son returned to the funeral hall. Not for grief, but for gratitude. He found the cleaner and held his hands, thanking him again and again. The man only nodded quietly, his eyes shining. He hadn't done it for money or praise. He had done it because he believed every life deserved one more chance. The millionaire offered him a better job, a new start, but the cleaner's real reward was knowing he had saved a mother and a son's soul with her. From that day on, everything changed. The son slowed his life, choosing mornings with his mother over meetings, listening to her stories he had ignored for decades. He learned that love is not measured by wealth or success, but by presence. And the mother, who had almost been buried too soon, lived each day like a miracle, reminding everyone around her that life is fragile, and time is the most precious gift we waste without realizing. This story spread quietly through the city, not as a scandal, but as a lesson. Sometimes the smallest voice in the room carries the biggest truth. Sometimes the person we overlook saves us from the greatest mistake of our lives. And sometimes, just when we think it's too late, life gently whispers back, "Not yet."